So let me first start by saying I've loved you so much, but Sideways is like a fine wine, and I keep going back to that. But
Thank you.
We'll fast forward to present day, where you have a much different role. You play the type of officer who, if you see in your rearview mirror on the side of a highway when you're being pulled over, you're scared as hell and you're shaking. I'm curious, how do you find it? How easy is it for you to slip into this type of role in this type of world, which is very different?
And with that character, after I read the first 3 scripts and I had this 3-hour conversation with Michael Jonathan Smith, my very next phone call to him, and this was after I'd already met with the wardrobe designer. She had ideas. I told her how I would really like to be, what my uniform, I'd like it to look like. She was totally collaborative. She was awesome. And then my very next conversation with Michael, because it just came to me, I said, Michael, I'm going to have a blue uniform. I want to have blue sunglasses that are impenetrable. And I want to have an absolute snow white flat top. And he was like, done. He was like, yes. He goes, I knew I had the right guy for Agent Stone. And so, because it's nowhere near the visual that you see online when you see the various iterations of Stone in the various versions of the game. But I wanted him to be, this sort of almost like a throwback to Roy and Blade Runner. Like, he thinks no matter what he does, he's absolutely in the pursuit of some morality, some sense of justice. And that's who he really sees himself as, the titan of law and order, the strong arm that's going to reunite the divided states, and destroy chaos.
And going into that a little bit, because he does get a backstory, much fuller backstory than I believe the video games provided. Who is he? Who do you see him as? What drives him?
I mean, I think that the essence of who Stone is, you see it in the younger version, that he's a good, thoughtful, inexperienced, but he is a law officer who, once the catastrophe hits the globe and our society, he's just not prepared to handle it. And then whenever you meet the character 20 years later, he's just this hardened version of the same person. But he now, in 20 years' time, he's learned that he has to deal with, he's got to meet savagery with savagery in the pursuit of law and order. And so, that's why he thinks he's like I said, the ultimate bringer of good, the bringer of justice. And, it doesn't always coincide with what other people's best interest is.
Yeah, we have that in the real world a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And what is the best part about playing this character in this kind of crazy world?
I never lost his center. Not really. I mean, there are definitely moments, where you see fissures in maybe his sanity. But I think that he, more than anything, it's what I always came back to, that there's a center line to who Stone, what his pursuit is. And he doesn't stray too far from that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for your time today. I've been enjoying what I've seen of the series. I'm about halfway through, so it's quite a bit more than you'd expect from what starts as a video game, and they build this crazy, just amazing world. So I look forward to enjoying more of it. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, man. Thank you.